Lix.
Something to bump when you're rolling that G-ride. Something to bump when your ride's going side to side. And hitting that pancake, Ernie G.
That meets the Gshit show. What up, Cease?
Oh shit. What up, Gshit?
So I want to bring it in right. We got motherfucking Ernie G from Proper Dose. What up,
Oh,
Ernie?
shit.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Mexican. That's the name of this cut, man. You got something with that, hit the stop and check button. Cause I ain't shutting up for no one, not a single soul. Remember me, the local cholo going solo when I'm back up the new rap. Shoulders will stop that. All we can do is dance around a motherfucking hat. But you were dead wrong, those days are long gone. Cause my people are coming up and we're coming up strong. And if you don't believe me, fool, well that's on you. But don't come crying saying I didn't warn you. Cause it's dead in your face.
Yo, what's up? This is Ernie G from Proper Dos, and I'm chilling here with DjC and Dj Dgaf on Likwit Radio. Shout out to King T and Boombap meets the Gshit.
So, you're from Santa Monica.
Born and raised, and
Born-
I'm still there. I'm probably the last Mohican there.
For real?
The last Mohican.
The last of the G's
Yeah.
of your time and era?
Yeah.
I fucking love it. So,
Yeah, the last of the last. Yes.
Oh shit. Yeah, so
so give me a breakdown, G. Like, I'm happy you're here. You know, a little bit of breakdown. How did you guys form your group? Proper Dose. I love that name. Like, the whole thing is just
Frank B?
Proper
Give me-
Dose.
Frank
you
B was
you guys-
all the names.
You guys are on Scandalous. You guys are doing big things. I mean,
For that time,
yeah.
yes. For that time, yes. It ain't like you can just go on your... Man, it's just...
That's what I'm
It is
saying.
hard to explain to people because now we have YouTube, now we have Pro Tools, now we have
Yes.
laptops, now we have everything. You didn't have that, bro. You had to literally put in the footwork.
Right?
You
Exactly.
literally had
Break
to
it down.
like,
Break it down.
like
Perfect.
you literally had to be like, there was no internet. And you guys, it sounds so cliche, like,
Yeah.
but I gotta tell you, like, it's how do you explain to somebody that now everything's Google, you can Google everything, you can do, and it's real. I mean, you had to literally go. You can't download music. You know what I'm saying? It was just like
you had to do all the footwork, all the hard work.
yeah.
It's a lot easier.
And
I think now. Do you agree it's easier now, or do you think it's harder because maybe the market is so flooded? What do you think?
Well, of course, I think it's easier.
Oh shit.
You think it's easier?
I think it's easier, but it's harder.
Pocket.
Cock it.
It's harder, right?
It's harder, dude, because now
I fucking love it.
there
'Cause
was
that's
like,
why I'm kind of.
let's say there was 20 rappers that wanted to make it, and you would see if they really wanted to make it because they had to do what they had to do to make it. Like, bro, you had to get a funding. You know, that's why I had my rest in peace, Big Chill. I was gonna say Big Chill for those who don't know Linwood.
All right.
Big chill,
In
big
the
chill,
house,
big chill.
Big Chill. I
R.I.P.
mean, he sold Be Real, that 57 Bel Air. He was already into the movement. He was
Big
doing
Chill
his
is the
thing.
guy, huh?
Yeah, he was the man.
He was the man?
He was my age too.
Big Chill is the man.
My
huh?
age, man.
Already,
Kinda-
already doing it.
He's
Yeah.
already doing it. And
So-
he
so
kinda
my
set
ti-
you up.
Yeah, so at the time, I didn't know that I was kind of like hustling to, like now you can see pictures of a SP1200. Back then, you didn't know. You would hear that, hey, SP12, everything was brand new. Everything was brand new, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was just having a conversation with somebody, and
Mhm.
rap was brand new, man. Like rap,
Everything was new,
everything
right?
was new, dude. So,
Yeah.
so that was my drug. I don't do drugs,
Yeah.
but that was my drug.
That was it.
When I got a little taste, yes, Rapper's
the
Delight,
high,
probably
huh?
the biggest. I mean, of course, there might have been Spoonie G and all those stuff, but
shit.
Oh
but
damn!
but
you,
know,
you just earned a point with me,
Yeah,
Ernie
yeah.
G.
yeah.
Fucking hard.
And
man. I love it.
Blowfly, remember Blowfly?
Yeah,
Blowfly.
you know,
So,
the point.
but the popular one was Rapper's Delight. Like, you're always gonna have a popular one, but it's like us. I feel like there was already popular. Like Lighter Shade of Brown was popular,
Ooh, ooh.
but then you have Proper Dose. We were more like the
That's
NWA.
That's
You
what
see
we
I'm
want to
saying?
get into.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
we didn't have the we didn't have like the super duper commercial, glossy songs, but we had that respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't
And
deny
that's,
that.
And that's what I'm saying. feel like I'm dumb. See, did you want to say a question?
No,
My
but
bad.
you're. It's.
This
I
guy-
think
I'm
you guys are
got a lot
both on
to
the
say.
same
Got a lot
page.
to say.
There's no social media. There's none of the YouTube. There's none of the fancy
nothing.
tools. If you're popping, it's because of that hard work and you
Yeah.
got something hot.
Word of mouth was word of mouth.
Yes.
You
Word
know?
up.
Yeah.
You would almost die to be like, gee, let me get that cassette. Like you were literally recording on cassette and somebody had to go dub it for you, you know, to be like, and then you would be like that guy that has that and be like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
And back then it would be like, you know, it's kind of like when you
on the
have
low,
something,
huh?
yeah, it's on the low,
I can't tell
you know.
I'll have
So
to kill you if I
Yeah.
tell
remember
you.
like when PSK, that
Oh,
PS
yeah.
looking at my Gucci is
Yeah.
about when that record
Yeah.
came out, like people were like, what the fuck is
That's
that?
an amazing record.
And that's a whole thing too. Record
You know?
hunting is that type of thing too.
Yeah.
That's a whole other shit.
That's a whole
Now
other
it got
thing.
now, and you can go like, oh, who sampled this from who?
Right.
Yeah,
Back then
that's
it
what I
was
do.
just yeah,
Yeah.
who sampled it.
I'm
They
just
actually
playing,
have a
man.
website who sampled
I'm
it,
just joking.
you know. But
For-
back
it is
then it was a
fucking,
hunt.
that
But
is a lost art.
but I
already.
also
It is a
understand
lost
that,
art.
that I could say all that shit and
But I
I'm
want-
kind of you know
Yeah, no, and I get it. But what I want to get into exactly, and I appreciate your breakdown because you are 100% correct. You and Frank and Scandalous, like how did you guys hook up? I know you're from Santa Monica. I think Frank's from Santa Monica, and I
Frank's
don't know if you're
landed
from
in
the
San-
same
yeah,
neighborhood. It doesn't
yeah.
matter, but I want that story, like, because you guys are legendary in the fact that you weren't light or shit or brown, and nobody said you were. You guys
Yeah.
were your own lane. You guys did your own shit, and it was hard. Gee, it was just different. It was raw. You made an anthem, G, that to this day
they're playing it.
still holds, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills, G.
Oh,
I'm getting
yeah.
chills.
He got the
It is
chills,
getting
G.
chills.
chills.
Hey, focus,
And-
yeah, and that means something.
And I'm saying real deal shit. And so what I'm trying to talk, and that's why I'm so happy that you're here. What I'm trying to say is, the song still holds. That's when you know it's timeless, classic music, correct?
Yes.
And so that I want that because even Scandalous itself, that label is hard, right?
R.I.P. Steve Yano.
Yeah.
You know, Steve
R.I.P.
Yano, like he was doing
Steve
big
Yano.
things. He was pushing all these guys together. He was doing his own shit, and
All
I just
his
want to
time.
even know, like, how
Yeah.
did you guys get there and hooked
How did
up?
that
Like,
connect?
how did that connection come about, G?
Well,
Oh,
You,
shit.
Frank, and all that.
I wish we had all the time in the world, but to make it
Let's
short,
do it.
I was buying mixtapes from Steve Yano at the
Ooh.
Roadium Swapmeet.
Mhm.
Shout out to Tony A.
Shout out to
Wizard.
Tony, the
Where you
wizard.
at,
The
Wizard?
Wizard. So I was buying those mixtapes. Remember, I want to say, and I always say this on podcasts,
It's all good.
I have the greatest memory. But I know that I was going to that stand just like, hey, what's the latest shit? Do you have a mixtape out yet? Because Dr. Dre was making mixtapes on a 4-track, and I know this after the fact. I didn't know at the time that it was a 4-track. I don't even know what the fuck a 4-track was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's so much in that. Okay, so the reason was Steve Yano was already associated with Dr. Dre, but Dr. Dre was with, I don't even know if he was with the World Class Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, I think he was.
So I think what happened was that Steve, I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
It's probably my shit, but
It's all
anyways.
good.
Hey, drown it out. Don't trip.
Don't worry about it.
What I was saying was that Steve Yano was selling records. He was a record seller, and he would get all the records. Like that was your download. If you guys want to new shit,
Yeah.
he was your download. And when you're young, when you're a kid, when you're young, you're hip to what's going on. You're in tune to all the music, and it was easier because there was only like 20 rappers, so you knew who was who. Everybody sounded different, you know.
That's another thing.
A King T was a King T. Ice Cube
Tila.
was Ice Cube. Yeah,
Shit,
you know what I'm
Tila.
saying?
Yeah.
And then New York was running the show at the time. West Coast was a little bit like they were trying to find the pocket, see where you know what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, you had Egypt. We had those fast tempo records.
Shit.
So I was buying all the records from him, not knowing that later on, because Tony A worked with Steve Yano, they made somehow in their own story him and High C hooked up. They made a demo because Steve Yano had the 8-track, not a 4-track. He had an 8-track where they was making those mixtapes.
Now we're doing it.
Okay, so now they made a demo with I'm Not Your Puppet.
Yeah. Ooh.
Then it got heard by
Oh shit.
fucking like Hollywood Records.
Right.
So they gave him a budget, which was budget. Like they broke him off like I don't know about 400,000. You know, like that's when his money was getting up. So they gave him 400,000. So from that, Steve Yano wasn't dumb. Instead of like
blowing it
or whatever, he bought I want to say it's an old dentist place up in Alhambra on Main Street behind the Century BMW.
Okay.
Anybody in Alhambra? Correct me on that. There still used to be a restaurant there. We always used to go in a liquor store on the corner, like a gas station liquor store. That's where we took a picture for one of our albums. Anyways, there was a dude named Nick right there. Anyways, from Alhambra. I'm just going back down memory lane. So what happened was he had Tony A and them. That's why Tony A came out in the 90, 91.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had a record, he built a Scandalous record label. Then by that time, I was doing my thing with my cousin, rest in peace, Big Chill. And Big Chill had funded us recording at Paramount Studios in Hollywood.
So you were with Frank already?
I was already with Frank, and we were doing demo shit like what people are doing now. Like we recorded this demo, but like I'm saying, like, we were younger, we were having fun. I didn't even know. I had already found out that the 4-track was what I needed. West LA was the only place where you can buy audio equipment. West LA, which was down the everything was down the street from us.
I've been to that place. I know.
Okay, so you know, there was no Sam Ash, there was no Guitar Center, there was no whatever online and Sweetwater. Well, maybe there was a Sweetwater, but I was in New York. You know what I mean? Because that's located in New York. So
it was limited.
It was limited.
It was that in Astros, right? That in Astros.
So West LA was down the street, like. Not down the street. You know what I'm saying? A couple miles.
It was Destiny.
Destiny.
You had all your shit.
Rainbow Records was down the street in Santa Monica. That's where everybody was pressing their records.
Yep.
You know, there wasn't no Spotify or uploaded to the cloud or whatever. It was like you had to go somewhere to. So everything was working for me. I didn't know that. I didn't see it. I'm seeing it now because I can go back now and look at my life. You know, like a movie. Like I can,
and everything was lined up.
Everything was a picture at the time. Boom. There's a picture. So now we're looking at 30 years, which we're here, and now play it as a movie. That picture turns into a movie. So I know it. I know exactly what happened. I wish Frank was here because he has good detail. If anybody knows where Frank's at, let me know.
Yeah,
Frank V.
We need to get with Frank.
By the way, back in the days, he took us out there to the park out there.
To Virginia Park?
Yeah.
Where we filmed Feed Me Hyena?
Yeah.
He
took us out there. There was a lot of hyenas.
Yeah. It was a little bit more active. Now it's a lot of white folks.
That was back in the days.
Yeah.
He took us out there. We hung out.
The Rocket ain't there no more. A lot of shit changed, but gentrification. A lot of girls. But
it was nice.
But what I was saying, okay, so that's how it happened. He had a label. So what happened was at the time, I was doing my thing with Big Chill. We pressed up records. You know, we pressed up records, so we had, we pressed up 300, which are the original Mexican Power that has the eagle. Not these. It was the ones that had the eagle on it. It was a Mexican Power that said Mexican Power, and it had an eagle on it. I don't even have a copy, but somebody does. And we have 12 inches because that's the media that was out there.
Yeah.
So I took a stack, and I took it to Steve Yano. I'm like, yo, can you sell these for me? Like, that was
smart.
You know, like sell them for me. And he's like, because Steve always would be like this. I remember he would always cross his arm like, if anybody knows Steve Yano, he would be like, okay, this sounds. I remember he kind of like, and no disrespect to lighter shade of brown, but back then you had little, but it was like, man, this sounds like lighter shade of brown. I said, you crazy. I said, and then he's like, okay, whatever. And he calls me like next week, well, I'm exaggerating maybe he called me a month later, but he's like, you got any more copies? Because how are you going to go wrong with...
You hooked that up on consignment?
I didn't care.
Nice.
I didn't care. You were just happy to make a record. It wasn't about the money. It still ain't about the money for me.
No, that's a great question.
Yeah. But no. But that's another thing. Like, it wasn't about the money. Nobody was like, you know what I'm saying? It was about pride. It was about putting it down.
If I'm right, let's do a little recap. Mexican Power was independent with Big Chill.
Yeah, not this version. This was already a Scandalous, but
Ernie G
but there's another
and
version.
Frank V.
Yeah. And my question is, and I had this
love
one.
It.
Yeah. I love it too, Gshit.
And
my question is, coming into this, is there two versions to this song.
Mexican Power, yes, there is.
Because I remember the two versions.
The original has more bounce to
it.
more bounce to the ounce on it. And
That's
it was
a
a little,
hard-ass
I think
version.
it was a little bit faster. See, we didn't understand about that.
Two versions.
I remember that version.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, let's vibe. Yeah, let's vibe.
No. But I'm getting excited.
I remember that version, D.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
There was, right?
Yeah, there was two
I
versions.
remember that shit.
And I like the, of course, you're probably gonna like the original, but not so many people know that. And it was a little bit faster.
Oh shit!
It was
Did
a little
I just
bit
fuck
faster.
up the vibe, guy?
No, you didn't fucking survive. We're having a great time right now, dude.
It is what it is. Now, when I got to Scandalous, More Bounce to the Ounce is a
fucking
popular
vibe.
song. So Steve Yano, we had to clear that sample, and it was too much money.
Yeah.
So we couldn't clear it. But we cleared Cutie Pie. Like if you look at everything was legit, we cleared Cutie Pie.
Yeah.
So that one was like you had to split it up with like 50 other man members there. Like so it ain't like we get the money or you know people think that way. Even I thought that way. Like hey man, we're gonna get how can we lose with Mexican Power? Who was naming the records? It wasn't Latino Power. It was Mexican Power.
Hey, G,
You put up that flag
exactly.
early.
Early.
I want to go into that real quick. I fucking love it.
Go into it, Gap stuff.
Because I've always wanted to talk about that record. To me, again, it's a classic record. But the thought process, G, you know what I mean? The thought process. What was the thought
get a
process?
picture of that, Tony.
Meaning, Kid Frost came out with La Raza. And it's not about that. What I'm trying to say is, where did it come up where you said, you know what? We're going to make a song this for our people. And it came out fresh as fuck. It came out amazing.
You know what?
It came out dope as fuck. Congratulations.
It has to be. Thank you.
Classic,
Thank you guys.
Classic.
I appreciate
Classic.
it. Appreciate the love, man.
Ernie
And everybody
G.
out there.
Good shit, Ernie
dog.
G.
You know,
How did that record, like, what?
I want to say it could be destiny, bro. Because I can't say.
fucking love it.
I can't say. I can't say that I was
sorry.
like, okay, I got a plan. I had a plan that I like to make beats. That I like my shit to be a little bit on the hardcore edge, you know. I couldn't go, and you guys gotta understand, sampling was a must. I remember there's a whole other story with Big Chill connected with Kid Frost, and Kid Frost wanted to, I want to say, executive produce our album,
Oh shit!
and that turned into like a not with Kid Frost, but actually with my cousin. You know, like it turned into
Big Chill.
Big Chill. Like
Big Chill was the guy.
not with he wanted to do our album, but he wanted to replay everything. And it wasn't no.
Oh.
No.
Back then it was a no-no,
yeah.
but but musically it's
Yeah,
dope.
like it had to be samples.
Samples, yeah.
Yeah, come on, hip hop.
It's like the
Hip hop.
Boombap,
Yeah.
And at that time, you have
Fucking
a
love
lot of East Coast sampling. You got a lot of West Coast sampling.
Yeah.
It was in effect. You guys came in,
Yeah.
but you came in hard
Now,
and raw with
yeah.
that Mexican flag up.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I love.
Gav, can we vibe a little bit?
Let's
Yeah,
vibe.
now I want to vibe, Gav.
You want to vibe?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I want to vibe. Let's vibe.
WLIX. Likwit Radio.